Well, brother, how do we know God's will? Really, brother, at the end of the day, God is always sending His Holy Spirit down to every one of us in this room, even those of us who may be almost atheists. God's Spirit is always trying to get through to us. And the truth is, if we will tune out all the other strong desires that we have, God will make His will known. So hearing God's will is a little like trying to tune in the right station or channel on a CB radio. If you tune out all the other interference, then the station comes through loud and clear. It's a bit like that with the Father's will. If we will only die to the tremendously strong lusts, I would almost call them, because lust in its real sense does not apply only to the physical, but a lust for power, a lust for money is something also that is real in us. If we would die to those tremendous lusts and those tremendously strong desires, then God would make His will known. And it's the sound of gentle stillness that the Holy Spirit brings into a heart that wants God's way more than their own way, that reveals God's will. Yeah. And the trouble, loved ones, with us is, you see, we've been taught to fall head over heels or to get utterly caught up with the way the person looks or the way the person can sing or the abilities they have, and we've been tuned into all of that, so that is so strong in us that we can experience no sound of gentle stillness. Loved ones, the truth is, if it's really God's will, then you should be willing to break up with the person if God tells you. That's the test. If this relationship is really God's will, then you should be willing to break it if He tells you to, or to initiate if He tells you to. That's the key. And I would ask you, to ask yourself that, and don't just answer it in a prejudiced way.